Conference rivals meet in a rubber match to decide who will advance into the Division II District Finals as SBC Lake Division champion Bellevue matches up with longtime foe Perkins for the third time this season in a win-or-go-home scenario. It's live and free girls tournament hoops streaming right into the palm of your hands, and you can catch it all on the way next.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Bellevue Care Center pregame show. Alongside the great Effie James, I am Brian Skowronski, and I just love playoff matchups like this. Conference rivals, they split during the regular season, so with this third meeting here, this is going to determine who goes home and who keeps playing.
Yeah, the tournament time is the funnest time of the year for basketball fans, and it's weird because even though it's the same game, and you know everything's the same, the court's the same, the rim's the same, there's a lot of electricity in the air no matter whether it's the first game of the tournament or the last, and these student athletes get a great opportunity to play and respect and represent their schools and their teams in a way that, and we could be watching one of these teams get ready to make history with a tournament run this year. It's fun time.
Let's begin first by telling you a little bit more about Perkins and their season under first-year head coach Ryan Orshowski. Very competitive in the SBC, and they're starting to get hot at the right time. They got a nice little win streak heading into tonight, and this is the only team to beat Bellevue during the regular season in the SBC Lake Division, so they know they can do it. Right,
and that means a lot. The confidence coming into these games, and a lot of times in these rounds we see teams that have played each other earlier in the season, and it's going to give Perkins great confidence, and it also provides a spark for the Lady Red to play a little harder tonight to try to get the W.
And you see that they're a pretty good defensive team, giving up just a shade over 40 points per game. Offensively, Cameron Kaufman, she's the lady that gets it done for them. First team all-district performer, and she's a multi-sport star, Effie. She's got a lot of game, and then when you see these statistics, she's top 4 in the SBC Lake in every category.
Right.
So she don't just put up points, she rebounds, she steals, she blocks, she does it all.
Right, she's a well-rounded basketball player, and it's when you have those type of players that lead their team to wins, and that they give them opportunities to win, and when the game's on the line, you better believe that Ms. Hoffman is going to have the ball in her hand.
And she's going to need to ball out big time tonight because Bellevue's the number 2 seed for a reason. They've been running the SBC since they joined the league a few years ago after the NOL disbanded. So really dominant defensive team as you look at the numbers here. They'll turn you over. And look at the block shots, Effie. They almost average 5 per game.
Wow.
That's far and away the most in the league by double, number 2.
And that's not by accident. That's great fundamental defensive philosophies being coached And, that's more than athleticism, that's positioning, that's footwork. That says a lot about their defensive coaching and their defensive effort.
Another 20-win season for head coach Corey Santora, one of the best to do it in all of North Central Ohio. All right, Bailey Rees, just a sophomore, but this young lady, the co-player of the year in District 6. She's the top scorer in the SBC. She's tough, she's sturdy, solid defender too. You gotta love what this girl brings to the equation as just a 10th grader.
Yeah, and scoring that many points a game, 16.1 points a game, that is putting in a lot of buckets in the ladies in a high school game, period. So I'm looking for an explosive night from her tonight.
Both teams are lined up on the floor, ready for action, and you can start to feel a little bit of the electricity in the air as we're getting closer and closer to tip-off for this all-SBC semifinal showdown here at Ashland, the winner advancing into Saturday's championship game. So obviously there's a ton on the line here tonight, and we are expecting a really good battle. Definitely a low-scoring game, I think, Effie, just looking at the statistics and how these two teams played each other last time. 30-24 the last final score.
Right. So that means it's going to come down to good defense and rebounding, and valuing each possession for both of these teams is going to be key.
And first, we'll honor America with the playing of our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, and get you ready for tip-off. Fun little acapella edition of the national anthem there. Kind of setting the stage. And I love what the Lady Red do, how the team lines up and they all hold hands. I've always heard from coaches that the more times that you can touch another teammate throughout the process of a game, that it just brings team camaraderie and community. So why not?
Absolutely. And I think it's, I've always been of, if we've done it at the beginning of the year, we keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it for as long as I coach. A lot of the things that we've done my first year coaching, we've done every single game, just because I think it does. It brings camaraderie, and it shows closeness, and it just reinforces closeness among the team. So I love stuff like that.
Teams are about to be announced here, but it has reached that time, Effie, where we make our predictions for what's actually going to settle the score here on the hardwood tonight. So let's begin with the keys to the game for Bellevue. I'll go first, all right? Because I took what you were going to say. So I'm going to try to sound smart here. I just feel like they got to bring that Windex, clean the glass. Absolutely. We're expecting a low-scoring game, so every possession counts, like you were mentioning. So if you can hold Perkins to some one-and-dones and or create some second possessions, those are so big.
Absolutely. And, and I think that for them, along with that, it has to be, because you got to value each possession, there's going to be times in the game where there's going to be chances for fast breaks, and transition defense is going to be key. You can't give up any easy baskets, and that's going to be key in this game for both teams. But this is a key especially for Perkins, because they have got to get back and not give up any easy baskets in transition, and then make them run offense in order to score.
And for the Lady Pirates tonight, for me, I feel like the winner likely probably going to be in the 40s. So you got to take your time, get some quality looks, and offensively, what does that mean? Just grind out the possessions. Who cares if you just took a minute off the clock if you're getting some buckets and some points at the end of the possession? So It's going to be a gritty, grind it out type of game. You just got to make sure that your possessions count.
Absolutely, and with that, it's cutting down on turnovers because we just talked about it. We don't foresee it being a lot of possessions, so you can't turn the ball over, and that's going to be key for Perkins. They've got to be able to value those possessions, get quality looks at the basket. Bellevue is a team that, obviously they've got 20 wins on the season already. They're a winning program, so they know how to win in the clutch. You have got to value the ball and value your possessions. That's going to be key.
Yeah, I should have done better research, but I'm pretty sure before last year that Bellevue had won 5 consecutive districts in this Division II matchup here. So this is a team, they're really accustomed to playing in the regionals, Effie, and they're hungry to get back there under Coach Santoro. The only thing he's missing, doesn't have one of his daughters playing this year for the first time in a long time. So we'll see what type of impact that has for him. But as you look at the starting lineup for Bellevue, they've got some really quality players. Ella Rucker is going to be on the floor. She's a junior. She brings a lot of experience, 9 points per game for her. Dominic Weiss, a senior. You always love having the veteran leadership out on the floor. We talked about the sophomore Rees, over 16 points per game. This kid can get a bucket anytime she wants. She's going to be joined by Audrey Turner in the front court, along with a freshman. They got Caitlin Terninsky in there. She's putting up 6 points per game so far since she's been inserted in the starting lineup. So look for her to be an impact type of performer. And on the other side for Perkins tonight, it'll be Cameron Kaufman sporting the number 15, 5'7", over 11 points per contest. Kendall Zayer's in there with her wearing the number 52. You don't see many 50 burgers, right?
You don't. I like seeing that, though. That's cool.
Maggie Farley is going to be starting tonight. She's a junior, wearing number 12 on the interior. And then Haley Brunner, she's their three-point specialist. She only puts up right about 5 points per game, but she's made 82 trifectas on the season. So if she gets a clean look, she can definitely knock it down. And then Cameron Van Vlera, a forward. I think this is the second year that she's been starting as a sophomore, so there's a lot of tournament experience there. If it's your first time watching us, welcome, and make sure that you join in on the action tonight. Comment on the game on our YouTube or our Facebook feed, and we're going to shout you out on air. That's the coolest part about what we do, is that we make the fans just as important as the actual game action. So drop us some lines, and we're going to read them right here on the air, or we'll even put you on the fan zone, and your comment can be seen. You're going to be super famous all across the internet, Effie. That's famous. What it's about.
Good famous, man. You got to love it. You got to love it.
And I got to give so much love to Bellevue Care Center, Sabre Healthcare Group, for sponsoring everything tonight. I mean, they're a care center that has a local 5-star skilled nursing facility, and they offer long-term care and short-term rehabilitation with excellent results. So if you're looking for a great place to put one of your loved ones, Bellevue Healthcare, Sabre Health is the spot. Oh my gosh, and can we get a quick shot? There's a little pirate walking up through the audience right now, so I love the dedication there. Sitting behind the camera person, but we got to give him some love. And the opening tip back tapping it is won by Bellevue, but they give it away. The first turnover comes 3 seconds in. And cashing in is Perkins back the other way. Some quick points there for Kaufman.
Well, that's a great job getting in the passing lanes right away. They really look like for teams that play a little bit slower, they're trying to get the tempo up here from the beginning.
Quick three on the way, comes up short. And one and done. Tie up, jump ball. And, of course, it's going to stay here with the Lady Pirates.
And that's an open look early for Haley Rees. And, she just missed that one, but Perkins doesn't want to give her too many open looks like that.
Full court pressure being applied by both units right now. As Kaufman getting back to work. Travel.
Oh,
so no bucket. Take a second look here, Effie.
Wow.
Thoughts?
I thought that was a nice move. She leaned in, took the contact, but the referee was there. He called the steps.
She didn't complain? I think I would have on that one. I'm trying to get them points. They only scored 24 last time that they played Bellevue.
Wow. Well, right now in this 2-3 zone, what they're trying to do is protect the interior, making sure if Bellevue does score, it'll be something from the perimeter. And you could tell, another traveling call, but you could tell the Perkins defense is geared around protecting the paint and not giving Bellevue easy looks. Bellevue, a great job that time reversing the basketball to the other side and getting penetration.
But it results in their second giveaway so far in the opening minute. Perkins just had their first turnover, so 3 so far. As the Pirates look to reset here, they get it back into the hands of one of their playmakers.
Well, this is some hard-nosed man-to-man by the Lady Red. They are giving no extra space. Great job moving their feet and playing good, solid defense inside.
Van Vleer with the step-through took a little bit of contact. She's got 2 shots coming up.
Van Vleer, a nice physical move inside. She stepped through on the inside, a little baby hook, but that's all right. And put it up strong on the glass. Nice move.
Yeah, definitely cleared a little bit of space with that elbow. But if the official doesn't see it, it works.
Well, what's interesting about this game from the start, you can see both teams are really trying to assert themselves defensively and not give anything easy. I like the man-to-man look from the Lady Red, and then the full-court zone pressure falling back to the quarter-court zone by Perkins has really been effective so far.
It's going to be a foul there. Zaire coming up. Got a big, clean swat of the basketball.
And Bellevue having a little trouble with this full-court pressure. And one thing you can't do is throw lob passes against the press. You got to throw hard, sharp passes in order to penetrate that zone.
Off the drive, here's a kick out wide open shooter, but it's airmailed that time from Turner. As Weiss went down to the floor, almost had a sneaky theft.
Weiss is strong, playing strong, tough defense on the basketball. She is tough to get around.
Moving her feet really effectively as she's locked up right now with Brunner. Catch and shoot, Kaufman, back iron. And the Lady Red looking to push. Got a 4-on-4.
Here's those transition opportunities we were talking about. Great job by Perkins getting back, though. And, ooh, oh boy.
Looked like the far side official is going to make the call here. Rucker went in. Definitely some contact. Yeah. And it's going to go on Van Vleer. First foul on her in the second against the Lady Pirates.
Well, and Van Vleer came in and she swung, but I thought her teammate was there, had great position. But again, that's what we talked about as one of the keys for the Pirates, making sure they get back in transition defense. They done a great job that time. Just end up giving up the foul there in the end. You know, I love defensive basketball, and these two teams are really getting after it defensively. 4-0. We're with just over 5 minutes yet to play in the quarter.
Step in 3. Kaufman chases it down, but it gets deflected. Intercepted, and here comes Rees on the hop. Straight to the rack, and she got fouled. So a couple more free throws coming up for Bellevue, where they just missed their first couple attempts.
Yeah, and that is a great job by Bailey Rees by getting that loose ball and sprinting down the court. And that time she beat the transition defense. And they had no choice but to foul her, give her an open layup. Great job.
So the goose egg no longer for the Lady Red as they are on the board. Nothing but net there for Rees. And the sophomore splits the pair. Hey, boy, Pirate basketball. Kaufman, double thought about it. Do I save it? I think she made the right move.
Right. And, you know, Dominique Weiss is really, you know, she's putting her stamp on this game early. She is giving all kinds of trouble to the primary ball handler for Perkins right now. And overall, this man-to-man defense has been stifling for the Lady Red.
Yeah, nice up fake there from Brunner. She created some space from the elbow, missed it, and then a really strong rebound by Turner.
You know, nice job with the defensive rebound. She held it strong.
So still with a 2-3 zone look for the Pirates. Mid-range J off target, and Perkins coming away with another rebound. Doing an excellent job right now of just shielding out Bellevue and making sure they do not get any second looks.
Exactly. And you know, Perkins is not a team that they're not going to play offensively up-tempo, but, you know, with as tough as this Bellevue defense is, they're going to have to take some chances. And once they get a rebound, they've got to look to push and see if they get some easy baskets, because it is going to be tough to score against this tough man-to-man defense of Lady Red.
Approaching the midway point here of quarter number 1. We've got 5 total points. And the Pirates looking for some type of a gap or a window. Tough contested shot right there.
Absolutely.
Looked like she got in between a kick out or a shot. And an offensive foul coming back the other way on Weiss.
Yeah, and I like that call, Brian. Even though the defender was not set, Weiss leaned into her with her shoulder. And, you know, it's a tough call, but she put her shoulder down into her and really initiated that contact. So I think that was a good call.
Cam Kaufman sold it pretty well, too. That lady went
She
flying. Here she is off the dribble, handoff. They set the screen and tied up. It'll head back the other way. Bellevue, excellent defense. The help side there where it needed to be.
Well, and they're doing a good job not only with their on-ball defense, their off-the-ball defense. They're switching everything. So if it's an on-ball screen, they're switching, and they have the help defense there. If you try to turn the corner, they are locked in defensively so far.
Rees back to Weiss. Now the sophomore with a push-off. Definitely an offensive foul.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be number 3. So both Bellevue and Perkins sitting on 3 team fouls. Just the first, though, on the District 6 Player of the Year.
Well, this pressure defense from both teams really been, you know, causing problems and to those ball handlers. And I think that's going to be a big key. We're coming down to almost 3 minutes, and it's 4-1. You know, a great defensive showing. I know these are not very high-scoring teams, but they are both playing really tough and hard-nosed defense.
Off the drive, left hand. That one won't fall either. And the rebound secured by Turinsky.
And Haley Brunner that time, I think, done what you have to do against this defense sometimes, which is put your head down and drive hard. She just wasn't able to finish that time with the left hand.
Lady Red have not had a single good look until now. Rees misfires. Kaufman tangled up in another jump ball. Favors Perkins right now, so they'll keep the rock.
And that is the second, you know, kind of open look that they've given to Haley Rees, and she hasn't knocked it down. But again, this defense from both teams has been really strong. It's really going to come down to who's able to handle the pressure and get the ball inside. Because both these teams are really looking to get the ball inside the paint to get good looks at the basket.
Zier lets one loose. Did you hear her call glass?
Right, or maybe they're just looking to get an open 3 off the glass. Nice shot.
And every point's going to matter tonight.
Absolutely.
Big trifecta right there, her first bucket. And the lead swells up to 6.
And one of the things you see, Bellevue's doing a great job against the zone. You've got to move the basketball, and they're doing a really good job getting open looks. They're just not knocking them down, but they're getting some open looks against this zone in the quarter court.
I believe that's the first offensive rebound here for Bellevue. See if they can make something out of it. Got tipped, deflected on Rutgers' way up.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm Coach Orshowski, I'm happy, even though, you know, we're not scoring a whole lot right now, but defensively, that's what's keeping them in the game. So I'm happy with where we are at this point.
Little turnaround, catches a piece of the back iron that time for Kaufman. So we've got 80 ticks remaining on the clock. Bellevue, of course, looking for their first field goal.
Wow.
So the defensive effort has definitely been there. And how about this? Sneaking into the passing lane. It's going to be coast to coast. Easy buckets there for Kate Ulrey, forcing a timeout from Coach Santoro.
How about that? Well, I'll tell you what, and that's the second time we've seen the Lady Pirates step into the passing lane and get a look at a basket. Great defensive intensity. They're doing a great job of helping one another and making shots tough. So, you know, this has been, you know, Bellevue they've got some work to do, But I think when it comes down to it, if they can't get the ball inside, it could be a long night for them.
They haven't had any success, of course, from the perimeter tonight.
Right.
I believe 0 for 4 from downtown.
Right.
Couple of good looks.
Sure.
2 from Bailey Rees. But you can't win a game if you can't make a shot. And meanwhile, the fans, the dress code on point right there for that young man.
All right.
Excellent stuff, and so dedicated. He's got homework. Still on the road, getting it done here in the building so he can cheer on his Pirates.
Get it done. I got to love the commitment. Got to love the commitment. And, you know, and I like, again, the Lady Pirates are doing a good job. And, yeah, just like this young man, making sure he's got his priorities in order at the game. But they're doing a good job defensively. They've taken their chances, getting out and running in transition, got a couple easy baskets. This full court 1-2-2 has been giving Bellevue some trouble. And the zone is doing exactly what they wanted to do, force them to take outside shots, and they'll live with it if they hit it. And Bellevue hasn't hit any. So, you know, this defensive game plan has worked well so far.
Lady Red evade the pressure this time. The kick out, 3 on its way. Oh, wow, halfway home. And then tipped into the hands here of Brunner.
Wow.
Can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, now that's the best type of look you want to get. The ball went inside in the paint. The defense collapsed. It kicked out for a wide open look. That's the type of three you want. Just could knock it down.
It's going to be the 3rd turnover here for the Pirates, so each side now with a trio of giveaways.
Yeah, and that man-to-man pressure is tough on a ball handler. I mean, if you're not a solid ball handler and you got that pressure, it's going to be tough.
That one tipped by Kaufman. Makes its way to Rucker, though. And wow, I thought maybe
nice.
a walk that time for Rees, but 3 steps and 2 points.
Yeah, they may have gave her a half step there, but that was a nice step away, Euro step for Rees. Finished with the left hand, and they needed that bucket.
Yeah, it's the first quarter drought for them. As we're down to 2 seconds, will they get a shot up? They will. Good if it goes, but it's too strong right there. And we've got 1 quarter in the books, 12 total points. But Perkins, they got 9 of them as we head to the second.
James 1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James 1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Well, Effie, you signed up for the right game. You're
Absolutely.
a defensive junkie.
Absolutely.
We got 12 points through 8 minutes. Only 3 so far for Bellevue. They got to start doing some work here.
Right. And I think, you know, their adjustment is going to be just trying to pound the ball inside first. And as you can see right away for Rees, she was determined to get that look inside, and that's what it's going to take. Sometimes you got to put your head down and get a shot inside.
Kaufman off the kick out. Look at it back in the hands of Brunner. She backs it out. It's been tough to get by this defense. Sometimes it'll help, but that launch off target.
And you can hear coach saying move the basketball, and that's because the more the zone moves, the more holes are in it. And you know, they got a great hole that time, and that's just a great defensive play that time. Good block by Cameron Van Valero.
Yeah, nice length for the 5'7" sophomore. Now Kaufman looking to calm things down. Only seen her on a couple occasions so far really push the issue as an individual. Though this setup right here is going to draw a foul on the reach in that time from Sophia Turner.
And I like the call here when you got a lot of pressure on the basketball. They run a ball screen at the top of the key to try to relieve some of that pressure. And then when they double team, she tried to hit the roll man. Backside help is a little late. which caused the foul. So, this is great coaching on both sides. I love this stuff. Great coaches are making adjustments on the fly, trying to put their team in the best position to be successful on offense.
Lady Red got a piece of that one, tipped out of bounds right into their bench, as you see on the Bellevue Care Center replay.
One of the things that's important, on top of just being able to handle the basketball against this defense, is being able to catch and receive the pass right there, which is a great look.
5 hops on the rim, no points for Kaufman.
Kaufman had a good look, because when they double team the ball screen, you're going to be open. Can you catch it and make a move? That's what they're giving up.
Catch and shoot this time. Bottoms up, Dominique Weiss, the senior. Big shot.
Dominique Weiss took advantage. They got quick ball movement back and forth, got the defense to move just enough to give her room to get that shot off, and she knocked it down.
Pirates looking for some weave action now. Step through left hand, way too much right there for Zaire. And now all of a sudden, Bellevue with the last 5 points. Looking to cut into the deficit even more. Rees, a little too hard off the square. Pirates got numbers if they can get forward. But a nice job of getting back there by the Lady Red.
Absolutely. Nice big-time rebound down there by Cameron Kaufman. She grabbed that ball strong in traffic and negated the opportunity to get a second shot for Bellevue.
Oh, shot blocked on the perimeter. We told you that they average 5 per contest.
Wow.
That's a freshman out there, too, using every inch of that 6'2" frame.
Great length, great reaction to that shot. She saw it coming and reacted. And I like the fact she didn't swat it. She tapped it and had a chance to go get it.
Driving lanes have been so limited down here at this end.
And right now they're trying to get dribble handoffs and anything to try to get some space. And Bellevue's just not giving it.
It's a nice head fake to be able to create some space down the sideline there for Zaire, but the pass just right into the hands of Bellevue. Goes down as their 4th turnover so far.
Wow.
But now Bellevue's got 4, and look at the speed here.
Wow.
End to end.
Cameron Van Glera, again, that's her 2nd time jumping in that passing lane and going coast to coast. She's doing a great job playing the middle of that zone.
Little runner here, takes a hop off the front of the rim. Kaufman with the rebounds.
Another transition opportunity.
Another block shot, this time is Rees. Pirates fortunate to hang on to it for the 2nd time.
Well, one thing you see right now is, the games, we're in mid of the 2nd quarter. The energy has dropped a little bit, not a whole lot of subbing going on. So the ladies are getting a little winded.
Off the kick out from Kaufman. That one's short. A little physical right there from Ellie Mannion. Now another good-looking step through for Rees. She's done that a couple of times. I don't think she's allowed to touch that.
I'll tell you what, Brian, it is a battle down there in on the boards. When that ball goes inside, those ladies are going after it with all hands and feet. They're going after that basketball.
Second look there at Mannion, and Rees getting tangled up on the way back down the floor. A little gamesmanship here in tournament action. And again, these are 2 rivals, folks.
Right.
SBC Lake Division foes. They've about had enough of one another already.
You can tell. You can tell.
Still a long way to go. 3:15 remaining before the halftime break. And it looks like the Pirates, they got a 5-point cushion.
Sure.
They're content to just hang out.
Well, points have been, at a premium right now. So if you've got the lead, no need to force it.
Wow. Yeah, good bucket right there. Van Vlera, her 3rd.
She has been really aggressive on offense. She's playing a great job defensively at the middle of that zone. She has been, she's been doing very well for this team and providing a spark offensively and defensively. And right now, Bellevue, early on, they were really zipping that ball around, and they've got to continue to do that if they want to find success offensively.
Van Blair is going to pick up a foul here as Rucker had to do the free throw line for a couple.
And that's a good move, just getting the ball inside and then facing up, going one-on-one against Van Blair and challenging her at the rim and picking up her second foul here in the second quarter. And looks like she may be getting subbed out, which I'm sure Lady Red would enjoy seeing that. She has been doing a great job.
Yeah, big ovation there for Cameron as she checks out.
Yeah.
Michaela Hartley stepping in, and first point of the night there for Ella. Makes it just a 5-point game.
And Dominique Weiss with this, man-to-man pressure has really given these ball handlers fits. And she may have slid her pivot foot that time, but close call.
So the possession stays alive. Pirates with the on-ball screen. Quick give up here for Brunner. And Lady Pirates want to take a quick TO as we're sub 2 minutes. They got a 5-point cushion. But things get a little bit stagnant here offensively.
Right.
And sometimes it takes you out of your flow when you decide we're going to force Bellevue to come out and guard us.
Right. And I think we talked about that earlier. I don't like, even when you've got a lead, you can't, if you don't play that way. Some teams play that way where they can hold the ball and slow down the possession. But if you're not accustomed to playing that way, you got to be able to play. But I think right now what Coach is doing is drawing up a set play that they can try to execute against this defense so they can get a good look at the basket. Sometimes when you've been down and back a few times, it's tough to allow the players just to try to create. But I think he's right now, he just called a timeout to get a good set play, see if they can execute and get a good look at the basket.
And I see we got about 150 of you out there watching live and free right now. Drop us some comment bombs. Want to hear where you're watching from, who you're cheering for tonight. As that's going to go down as a turnover. We'll take a second look on the Bellevue Care Center replay.
Wow.
I think that's pretty obvious. That's off Terinsky, yeah?
Right.
So that evens up the turnover battle at 5 each. Skip pass down to the corner. They haven't been able to get it down low often. Nice move.
Well, and that can be effective. If they can just get a simple post entry down inside, Terinsky, if they can just get her a simple post entry and she can score from the block, that can change everything about this defense.
Kaufman, wow. Probably slid out of her hand right there. And it forces a jump ball. We're going to be headed back the other way. So big break here for the Lady Red as it looked like Perkins was about to match that deuce down at the other end. And instead, it's their basketball.
I think it's important for Perkins to, their defensive energy has got to stay up. Bellevue's making an effort to get the ball inside. And yet another turnover. And sometimes this full court pressure, without, it's still unforced, but just when you see full court pressure, it changes how you pass the ball. Sometimes you put a little bit more air on it when it's not needed. And we've seen a lot of unforced turnovers by Bellevue, just facing the shell 1-2-2 full court.
Perkins, meanwhile, looking to get something going. They have been cold here in this second. That one lipped out on the attempt from Zaire. So now for the Lady Red, 35 ticks. We'll see how aggressive they get and how quickly they elect to try to get some points on the board.
Wow.
So Turner took 2 steps before she dribbled.
That's all right.
No one cared.
Right.
And she's got 2 points.
She got 2 points. She ripped the ball away. I thought they were going to jump ball. We've had about 5 of them. But she was aggressive. Went straight to the basket here. Last 10 seconds. Looks like we're going to get a ball screen, see if we can get last shot of the quarter.
Oh, it's going to be a giveaway. Here comes Weiss on the hop. Good if it goes, and it won't. So after 2 quarters are in the books, things have tightened up at the break. Bellevue down just 1 after Perkins built an 8-point lead. Stick around. We'll be back with some stats analysis and get you ready for quarter number 3. It's live, it's free, and it's right here on the OH Report.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her sit back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my
Tonight's tournament basketball game brought to you, good folks, live and free thanks to our amazing sponsors, and 7 thumbs up here for Bellevue Healthcare Sabre Health. It's a Bellevue Care Center. It's a local 5-star skilled nursing facility, too, that offers long-term care and short-term rehabilitation with some excellent results. Effie, tell the folks more about James One Inc.
James One Inc., we provide quality professional development services for your school, your business, in the areas of cultural awareness, cultural team building, and just overall building and school team building strategies for your staff and for your students. And our team is really committed to making schools and businesses better through our professional development services. We really take it personally. So I know that wasn't like a real read, but that's from the heart, man. That's from the heart.
Hey, those are always the best. And North Central State College, my alma mater, I spent a couple of years there. Adam, tell the folks why it's a great school.
Well, they're providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths.
And who doesn't want to succeed in your chosen path? And it's now time for the Bellevue Healthcare Sabre Health halftime report. And not a ton of points in this one as anticipated, Effie. This has been a defensive battle, a struggle at times for these offenses. Perkins right now, they lead at 13-12. They got off to a great start, and then you got to credit Bellevue for getting themselves back into it in the second quarter. I thought they got some better looks, and then definitely the defense for them on the perimeter. There's just not a whole lot of places for Perkins to go with the basketball.
Right, and the thing about what Bellevue was able to do there in that second quarter, they were able to get the ball inside more. They got more direct passes. They found some weaknesses right in the middle of that zone, and that's where they're able to find some success either by scoring or they got a couple fouls and got some of their players in foul trouble. But also, I think that was Dominique Weiss that hit a 3 there early in the second quarter, and that helped a lot. 1-3 for her, even though it's a low-scoring ball game. So that made a huge difference in that quarter. And like you said, defensively, they have kept up their intensity. They have tightened up and there are no open shots to be had down here for the Lady Pirates. They really tightened up their defense. So I'm interested to see, how these teams adjust here in the second half, because defensively they have really been doing a solid job.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Bellevue Care Center, and the field goals have been at a premium. Each side has just made one trifecta, and then the rebounds. There's not a ton of those to go around either, Effie. Each unit's done a really good job of holding them to one and dones. We've got, one offensive rebound each in this game?
Right.
That's it.
And if you look at the possessions and you take away the rebounds and then the turnovers, there's not that many possessions left for made field goals. So, like you said in the beginning, we knew that valuing the basketball was going to be at a premium. So each time a team gets the ball with offense, they have got to be, and I think Coach Orshowski called a timeout one time when his team was getting a little stagnant, because he understands every single possession is valuable. You got to try to get points on every possession.
Right now we've got just 25 total, and still 2 quarters remaining. The winner of this game moves on, and will have an opportunity to take on either the #1 seed in Norwalk, which another SBC Lake Division team, or the Lady Whippets of Shelby, who are the defending district champions here. And that was their first district title that they won, I think, since the 90s. So for Shelby, they've got a tough task in front of them in the second game here tonight, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing how they compete against a Lady Truckers unit that plays as hard as any girls team I've seen all season.
Absolutely. Very physical team. They play tough. They don't, the team I watched them play Mansfield Senior in the last game. They did not back down at all. They just kept going. Even when they got down double digits late in the game, they just kept going, playing hard. And that's how they got the win. So I think it's going to be a really interesting contest also in this next game. But for this game, I think the key to this half, Brian, is going to be either the team that's able to knock down a couple perimeter shots or a team that's able to get some easy run-out transition baskets. That's going to be the difference here in the second half.
And tickets at this time of year, Effie, they ain't cheap to come to these tournament games, so you can enjoy them live and free right here on the OH Report. Take the $10 you're going to pay at the gate and go ahead and spend it. Get a pizza delivered to the house. Whatever you need to enjoy the action, we've got you covered all night long. And this is one of just 6 live streams that we got going down tonight. Right now, Clear Fork and Upper Sandusky, a great Division III district semifinal is going down too, so if you want to check that one out, you can. And then we're also at the Willard D4 district semifinals tonight too, so plenty of ways to keep up. Get your cell phone out, get your tablet, throw it up on the TV, and you can watch all the games at the same time. First shot here, the second half comes off, and it's a defensive rebound.
Well, that was
go ahead, F.
A good set play right there out of the quarter. They set a diagonal screen for Cameron Kaufman to get the ball in the post, but just good, strong defense that time by the Lady Red.
Turner off target with that one. Too strong. She's just got 2 points so far tonight. And for the Pirates, Van Vlera's got 6. Nobody else has more than 3.
And it looks like what Perkins wants to do is try to alleviate some of the pressure by either doing handoffs or ball screens, trying to open up some open lanes, showing some patience here.
So we got a couple of comments coming in on the fan zone. Welcome in, Kathy Dodge, one of our best fans. Seems to be commenting on every live stream somehow.
Nice,
so
nice.
Thank you, Kathy. Do appreciate you chiming in. Oh, great quick
Nice.
move. Baseline drive, Kaufman. Kind of a friendly spin there off the square.
Yeah, that's 3 possessions in a row where Cameron Kaufman has been really aggressive to the basket. That time she was able to finish at the basket, but she has been very aggressive here since this quarter started.
Definitely going to need her scoring. Tops on the club at over 11 per contest, and she's been winning her battles more often than not as the Pirates come away with a turnover here. Brunner with the strip.
You know, a lot of active hands down there for the Lady Pirates, and getting their hands on that ball as she was driving, and that made a difference, caused a turnover.
Another blocked shot here. That's 3 for Bellevue so far in the contest, and Kaufman, just such a dynamic playmaker for them. Definitely are going to need this young lady to step up here in the second half and, dare I say, take over sometimes, Effie.
Right.
I love when any athlete just decides, and especially in this sport when you can have such individual impact,
Sure.
I'm just going to put it on my shoulders.
Right, yeah.
Tough shot right there, and a foul about 85 feet away from the other hoop, so not a good one right there on the reach in there for Farley.
Well, and again, sometimes when you're playing against tough man-to-man defense, the only thing that you can do, and what the Lady Pirates have done the last 3 possessions, put your head down and drive strong to the basket, and once you get to the basket, you just gotta finish. But that's what's been there, and they just haven't been able to finish other than Kaufman there in the last possession.
Here's Weiss, the senior. They continue the rotation. Rees never thought about it. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds over to the Lady Pirates. So a decent look there for Haley Rees. I mean, that's a girl that definitely, once she gets 1 to go, I think we'll see that she can start get something going, but it's just not been her night so far, Effie.
Well, again, I think the Lady Pirates have a lot to do with that. They've been consistent. They have committed to their 2-3 zone. They're playing well in the gaps. And what helped Bellevue early, and they haven't gone back to it, is getting the ball in the middle. As we see that drive come up a little bit short. But then we got a timeout.
Well done right there by Ryan Urshosky just to keep the possession alive. All of them with great value right now, so it's going to be 30-second timeout, as that's just the 2nd offensive rebound tonight for the Lady Pirates of Perkins, who've got a super fan here in the house, Effie. We're talking about a one-child student section. He brought a sign. He's doing his homework. He's doing his stretching. This kid's impressive from top to bottom. I got to get his name before the end of the night. He's even eating snacks.
Gotta love it.
Let's
Gotta
go.
love it. He believes. He believes. You know, and I like the fact that, you know, in this quarter, and the Lady Pirates have come out of the locker room saying, look, we are going to drive the basketball. And that's what they've done. These first 4 possessions, they have driven the basketball in the lane, and that has been their adjustment. So let's see if that continues. They're going to space the floor, give some open lanes, maybe set ball screens, but they are going to try to drive the basketball.
Brunner's been able to beat her defender a couple of occasions tonight. So has Kaufman. Though this is a tough matchup, Dominique Weiss, the lone senior here for the Lady Red. She's a very high-level defender. Kaufman with the double team zips it to the corner. Can't get a shot out of it, as Brunner's just going to reset the offense. Goes away from the ball screen.
You know, good spacing is key for the Lady Pirates here. They got to open up space. They're trying to create driving lanes, but their spacing's got to be good. And they've got ladies flashing to the basketball, trying to catch one of the defenders sleeping. But Bellevue's defense has been just solid. They are rock solid here, playing really disciplined, talking through screens, and this is great stuff, man. I love it.
And almost got the turnover. 2 hands on the ball right there like a fullback.
Nice.
But they're going to call a jump ball, and the tie-up actually is going to give the possession over to Bellevue.
Well, and you count that, that's a stop, you know, and that is great, solid, disciplined defense by the Lady Red. You know, there's plenty of times they could have broke down that time, but they didn't.
Rucker out the corner, lost the handle, but right into the hands of Weiss.
And the middle is the key. If they can put a person in the middle or dribble the ball into that gap, that's where you can break down the defense.
So that's a little sidestep. 3 ball, rims out. Kaufman able to clear it here for Perkins. They have been dynamite boxing out here.
Yeah. And defensively, they've found something that works. They're willing to give up some, you know, not wide open. They're contesting those threes, but if they're going to give up anything, it's going to be a 3. Bellevue has not hit them. And on the other end, they're driving hard. That was a hot pass, though. I don't know. I mean, it's a good pass. It's a great look, but that thing had some steam on it. That would be a tough catch for anybody, I think.
Sizzled right through the fingertips of Ori right there. So it's turnover number 9 for the Lady Pirates. Rees returning the favor back at the other end. It looked like she might have an easy one.
Right.
And we're stuck on 15-12. Pirates, they've been pretty demonstrative with the basketball, at least taking their time.
Right.
Just not getting any shots here the last couple possessions.
Right. They're trying to get what they want, which is an open lane to drive, and Kaufman has taken a couple. But again, this Lady Red defense is solid. They're not going to give you an open lane.
Kaufman with the kick out. Van Vlera. And we're going to get a loose ball foul.
Okay.
It's going to go against Olery.
Okay.
Tough to see there on the replay.
I think they may have called her for a little push on the rebound. But, you know, these rebounds are valuable. These possessions are valuable right here.
Rees back to Rucker. 2-lady game. Drives down the lane and really wild shot. But, hey, sometimes you just got to throw it off the backboard and try to make something happen.
Yeah. Nice job by Rucker. Just staying with it, staying after it, you know, going after her own miss and driving that ball to the lane. Ooh.
3 ball. Basically didn't hit anything right there from Zaire. So now the Lady Red, chance to take their first lead of the competition here on this possession.
Well, you know, sometimes a game like this comes down to shot selection. And, you know, when you kind of force a shot, it could end up being hurtful for you here in the second half. But again, the Pirates have been counting on their defense all night, so right now they're relying on getting stops down here to win this game.
Everyone kind of at a standstill right now for Bellevue.
Right. And again, it's the middle lane. That's the open lane where they're trying to get the basketball to. Nice job right there by Rees.
Joe Ball is going to give possession back to the Pirates. And what I like about how they've been contesting, Effie, nobody's leaving their feet.
Right.
Bellevue, they've had a few opportunities where they've went down the lane and they're just walling up. They're just putting their hands up,
Exactly.
and no one's making a tough contested shot right now at this juncture in the game.
Right, and that's key. If you can play good defense, that's one thing, but playing good defense without fouling is another, and that's the key to solid defensive play, is not bailing the team out by fouling in the end. But like we said, somebody's gonna have to hit shots in order to win this game, and I think it's gonna come down to that. Who's gonna be the team that's able to knock down a couple key perimeter shots that loosens up this defense?
Lady Pirates, I'm sure will take a clean look if they get it, but they're going to get bailed out here with a reach in, and that's actually just the first foul here in the third quarter on the Lady Red. It's going to go against Rees.
And Haley Rees that time, she did reach in from the back, thought she had an opportunity and grabbed a lot of arm. I thought that was a good call.
From the corner, wide open look, rims out. And now the Lady Red pushing the pace down to 4 seconds. A lot of contact, offensive foul going the other way as Weiss lowered the shoulder.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good call. Again, lowered the shoulder. You got to call that. But, time's winding down. She's trying to get a look at the basket, trying to be aggressive. Just hard-fought basketball right now. Under 2 seconds. I don't think the Lady Pirates know it. They don't.
Yeah, it looks like Coach is pretty upset as Mannion had no clue the time on the clock. And it's just a 1-point game as we are headed to fourth quarter action. Keep it here. Money time. Fans up on their feet here at Ashland High School as everything riding on these next 8 minutes of action. Who will move on to the Ashland District Championship? We're about to find out. Rees looking to take matters into her own hands, but she airmails it. And at the half, we're at 13-12, Effie. We haven't gone very far.
No, we haven't. Not offensively. We've had a lot of strategy, a lot of things being tried, but nothing has resulted in a whole lot of points being scored. You certainly can see what the teams are trying to execute, but the defenses aren't allowing it. Nice drive.
Too hard off the glass, though, for Zaire, and we're headed back the other way.
Wow, and that is a strong move by Zaire inside. That was probably the best look anybody has had in the last quarter. And, the key for Bellevue, they've got to be able to attack this pressure and not, when you let this team set up in their half-court defense, they're going to be tough to score against. So they've got to find easy ways, you know, getting out in transition and trying to get easy bucket.
Going to get a foul on the floor.
Yeah.
It's going to come on the drive. Hartley with the reach in right there. So,
well, Ella Rucker has been really aggressive on the drive, and that's what you got to do at this point. You can't just settle. Sometimes you do have to put your head down and drive. And she's done a great job. She hasn't finished, but she's done a great job driving the ball into the lane.
Here's the freshman, turns inside. Kaufman there to meet her. And she got a chunk of the arm, so that's going to go here against Cameron. And 2 fouls here in the last 2 seconds against the Lady Pirates.
Well, and again, if they can get the ball inside, you know, get some fouls built up. Right now we don't have a whole lot of team fouls, but if they can get some fouls built up, and because passing the ball around the perimeter, it just doesn't threaten the defense enough. And another turnover.
It's number 11 here on the Lady Red.
Wow.
And it was an interesting play. She was already on the block and then tried to come out and get it.
Right. Not a very good pass, inbound pass, but she wasn't able to grab it.
So the Pirates nursing that 1-point cushion. I think we've been on
Nice.
15-14 for a while. We're going to stay there. Point blank, Van Valero couldn't cap it off.
Nice backdoor cut by Van Valera, and she just could not finish. But, again, very few times have either one of these teams got great looks. There it is.
Hey, how about some offense?
There it is.
Just the 3rd basket here in the second half, and it's Dominique Weiss, this senior, giving Bellevue their first lead of the night.
And that is key. We talked about how it's going to be somebody's going to have to step up and knock down a shot, and it is the senior that does it for the Lady Red.
Pirates got 2 points in 10 minutes.
Nice. Wow.
And they're going to stay there. The shot making for Perkins, they've had the better looks in the second half. Just not cashing anything in.
Well, and Kaufman, that's about her. I think that's like her 3rd miss when she's had a clear lane. She's done a great job driving, but she's just not been able to finish here in the second half. And you know, those points are gonna, it could come back to haunt you if you don't finish when you get the opportunity.
Weiss breaks the pressure with the bounce. Now Rees looking to attack, a little bit of pep in the step here for the Lady Red. And we'll get another jump ball. Perkins is going to get possession here. But I like Rees attacking, left-handed shot right there.
Right.
She can make those.
Well, and that's what you have to do, either by passing the ball inside those gaps in the lanes or by dribbling the ball. But they've got to get the ball into those weak spots of the zone if you want to get an open look. And just haven't been able to finish. But, you know, I'm thinking that shot by Weiss is going to loom large here as this game comes down to the end.
Kaufman thought about a 3 from the corner now. Gets the switch here, getting picked up by Weiss. Good looking off-ball movement right here for the Pirates. And it's going to lead to a wide open triple they can't match.
Wow.
Rebound by Rees. Tip from the backside. Bodies hitting the deck. Coach Santoro wants a timeout, but they didn't have the rock.
Great defensive intensity. Great job. Katie Erie just doing a great job of just hustle.
Short corner, Jay off the mark. Van Valera flying in. And she's going to draw a foul here on Ella Rucker. And that'll go down as the 3rd team foul against the Lady Red. And a timeout taken by Coach Orshowski and the Pirates, who have not scored yet in this 4th quarter.
Wow.
But they're down 2.
Right. Defensively, it's what's keeping them in it, and they have gotten looks. They are committed to what they came out of the second half doing, which is driving the basketball. You know, it's hard to say something has worked when it hasn't resulted in points, but the truth is it has worked. They've gotten open looks. They just have not been able to finish. So I think their game plan in terms of getting the ball to the lane has worked. Kaufman has had multiple looks point-blank looks at the basket, just not able to finish. And for Lady Red, huge shot by Weiss. And that shot, like I said, with just over 4 minutes to go, that's going to loom large, because I think somebody from Perkins is going to have to match that. Somebody's going to have to hit a shot, a big shot here against this defense. That'll make a difference in this game.
Well, we'll see if that kid Pirate can make the difference. He just chugged half a Gatorade, and now I see he's up. He's got the "We Believe" sign. Do the players believe that they can get it done here? Like Effie said, they've been able to get some nice looks, running some decent offense, but someone's going to have to step up and can a shot here eventually for them if they want to advance into the district championship.
Nice.
It's the lady that can do it, Kaufman, in tied and one.
Nice. Well, and what does that, Brian, is the spacing. They've done a great job with spacing. They've been creating dribble lanes, and that time Kaufman comes on a really hard cut to the rim and catches it and is able to finish that time with the foul. So that is a big-time play.
First team all-district performer. Can't give her team the lead. And meanwhile, another loose ball foul here against the Pirates. So the difference down the stretch here might be who gets the bonus first and has an opportunity.
That's exactly right.
To get some free buckets.
That's exactly right. That is going to be key as the fouls start to climb. Wow.
Weiss had it ripped away.
Nice defense.
Another giveaway here for the Lady Red.
Right now you can see Kaufman wants the basketball. She wants the ball.
Can't make the catch, though, in traffic. Somehow was able to sling it to the outside. Backdoor cut, Van Vlera. Almost had an and one, but Cam heading to the free throw line.
It is, again, just evident what they're trying to do. That time Kaufman, I watched her that possession. She told her point guard to slow it down. She wanted to get down in the block and call for the ball. She wants the ball. And you talked about it earlier. Your playmakers, they got to want it at this point. That's who's got to want the ball. That's who's got to want to make the difference.
First points of the second half here for Cameron Van Vlera. She had 6 in the first, and top scorer in the game so far for the Pirates was 7.
And Cameron Van Vlera, she's been doing a great job along the baseline, a couple backdoor cuts. That was a backdoor cut that got her those free throws. They've been attacking the Lady Red defense on the inside. Now we'll see if they can step up defensively and get a stop.
Running down the baseline comes Rucker. Now they'll get it up top, swinging here near side off the wing. Good turn over the left shoulder, and I think getting a piece of it right there and letting her know it was Zaire.
Nice block. Again, very good job of getting that ball where you got to get it. That's the weak spot of the zone. Again, just Perkins again stepping up, making a big defensive play. And now they're going to spread the floor again offensively, trying to create some lanes for penetrating.
Zaire whips it here, short corner. Now they'll bring it back out for Kaufman. 2:40 to go in the fourth. Reach-in foul here on Weiss.
Wow. That's 6 team fouls? 16 fouls?
And more importantly, that's the fourth there on Dominique.
Oh, boy.
And she is the primary ball handler for this team.
Well, and also she is the catalyst defensively.
So matched up on Kaufman. Tough assignment.
Yes.
As physical as Cam likes to play.
Well, because if I'm Coach Warshawski right here, I'm telling Cameron, get the basketball, put the head down and drive against her. See if you can get her 5th foul.
Trying to get it at center court.
Now she's doing a great job of denying the basketball.
Now here does come Cameron. Gets a screen, double team. Oh, nice. Great find.
Nice.
Van Vlera, left hand, and it funnels through. Big points.
Nice job.
Great look right there. You got to give a lot of credit to Kendall Zaire.
Yeah. Well, and I think Bellevue got lost in the ball handling out top and just kind of forgot about the middle of the lane. But great find and great finish that time for Van Vleera. She's, again, has been really solid in this half, attacking the basket, and in this quarter been doing a better job of finishing. So.
Well, my projection in the pregame, Effie, is that the winner would be in the 40s tonight.
Yeah.
We're nowhere close, but it's definitely been the defensive battle that we were anticipating that it was going to be.
True.
And 3 points, that's just one possession. That seems like a big margin right now with the Pirates in front.
You know, somebody's going to have to make a big shot. But, you know, it's been Dominique Weiss who's got the 2 threes for Bellevue on the night. So, you know, if right now I'd be looking for a set play, and you don't have to go for a 3 right here, but, you know, it's a set play to see if you can get her an open look, and if she doesn't have it, you can still drive the ball. Reese has been doing a really good job of driving the basketball. She's just got to finish. But I'd be looking for a set play here. See if I can get Weiss an open look at a 3.
Got Van Vleera down the eye here on the top of the 1-2-2 zone and sticks the leg elbow kick, showing off the athleticism.
And I'm telling you, and I don't know how many times, not many subs have been played. These ladies are playing Iron Woman football or basketball out here. They have been playing the entire time, showing great effort.
Kind of looks like a football score.
Yeah.
Right. This game's felt a little bit more like the gridiron too at times.
Right. It's been physical.
But hey, we were talking about who can get to the bonus first.
That's right.
It's going to be Brooke Brown stepping up to the free throw line in this sophomore. Big moment right here. She has not played that much tonight.
Wow.
Clutch.
Nice.
Mannion checking back into the contest now. Ullery taking a seat here for the Pirates.
Well, again, it's key. After she makes the second, it's key for this. They've extended their defense to the full court. I figured they'd do that. Now they're going to put some pressure on the Lady Pirates here, see if they can handle the ball against some full court pressure.
They do so with the dribble, almost a 5-second call.
And I like the timeout call there. They were denying Cameron Kaufman the basketball, which is where the Lady Pirates wanted to go. But Weiss was doing a great job of denying her the basketball. So coach said, listen, we got to get a timeout here so he can call a set play. This is an important possession, up by 1.
So it's coming down to the wire here, the rubber match between Perkins and Bellevue. Splitting the season series, of course, at Perkins, it was a 54-43 win for the Pirates. Bellevue held serve at home 30-24. A little bit more at stake here tonight.
Right.
With a trip to the district championship on the line, and they will face the winner of the Lady Whippets versus the top seed in Norwalk. That coming up right after this game. And both of these teams, of course, in the building, they're watching it and thinking to themselves, man, this is what we got to go up against next. Look at these defenses.
I'm telling you, this has been a defensive battle. And sometimes you get a defensive battle because other teams aren't capable of scoring. But I tell you, I think the defense has had a lot to do with why the other teams haven't been able to score tonight.
Yeah, unquestionable. Weiss all over Van Vleera, a couple of spins, and the ball almost came loose there.
Aggressive with 4 fouls.
Now Mannion backs it out. She's got the freshman on her.
See, this is the part of the game where I just don't know, if I like holding the basketball, You do got a 1-point lead, but it's like you're waiting for something bad to happen is what I always think it's like playing, there it is. I've always looked at that as like playing, sometimes you can be too safe, and if you get an open look or an open drive, you take it. But otherwise than that, you're waiting for something bad to happen. But that time they were able to draw the foul, get to the foul line, and now both teams in the bonus. So likely going to come down to free throw shooting.
Haley Brunner has not scored yet tonight. Pivotal front end right here. Can't cash it in. Kaufman able to dart in, force a jump ball, but it's the Lady Red who owned the possession.
So here we go, under a minute.
So who are they going to look for to step up? 8 points right now is top in the game. That's Weiss. Rucker doesn't even give him a chance as she got stripped. And that's number 5 there. Probably not a good foul to take if you're Dominique. Let anybody else come up and do that.
Yeah. I know she's being that's been her position all night. She's been playing tough, playing hard. A senior, you know, she really has laid it on the line tonight.
And the only senior on the roster, too. So in step Audrey Turner. As Perkins, they have everybody back to play defense. And Brunner back at the free throw line where she just missed her last one.
Big shot.
Comes through here.
Big shot. Well, right now, 32 seconds left. Right now, you know, Reese has been doing a good job of penetrating the lane. At this point now, they got to get the ball in her hands. She's got to be aggressive.
2 important free throws right there, so the best Bellevue can do is tie. Jump ball. I don't think there's any question Reese got tied up right there.
She did.
And I like that she's trying to be aggressive. There's just nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
So the Perkins Lady Pirates,
wow.
I mean, they're in the driver's seat here. Oh, they almost throw it away. Another jump ball, and Bellevue, just like that, gets possession back. Unbelievable.
I bet we've had double-digit jump balls at least 10 or 11.
So Coach Santoro, he's going to pull the trigger on a timeout. We'll see what they got in the bag of tricks here, Effie. 23 ticks left. So far on the night, they have made 2 3-pointers. Yeah. So they got kids that can do it. Unfortunately, she's sitting on the bench.
Right, and the thing is, I just don't think with 23 seconds to go, getting the ball in the quarter court, I think it's a better play to get a play, not necessarily give it right to Reese, but bring her off of a screen, off a diagonal screen, something she can catch and turn and go straight to the basket with it, because it's too easy if she has the ball out front with all eyes on her for them to team defend her and stop her. But if they can get a play where they can get her a look with the ball inside, and then she can be aggressive, and then they can foul, see if the Pirates can knock down some free throws, they can extend this game and make it a one-possession ball game late, you know, with inside 10 seconds to play. But right now, I like you said, the only player they've had that made a 3 is not in the game. So I don't know how wise it would be to set up a play for a 3. But you got to try to get something going toward the basket here with 23 seconds to play.
Haley Reese, the Co-District 6 Player of the Year. 3 points for her. That's it in this ball game. She puts up 16 per night. Will they look for her?
Now they got to get a 3.
Instead, they'll throw it away for the 15th time tonight. The Lady Red don't get off a shot, and now they'll have to force Perkins to try to inbound. As Coach Santoro making a quick change here, wanting to get the freshman back in with the big length of Turinsky. Probably put her on the basketball. Yeah, they will. So Brunner to inbound. And dangerous pass in the middle of the floor. Kaufman comes away with it off the deflect. And she'll get a shoot a couple.
Yeah,
actually,
talk about dangerous. That was dangerous.
Whew.
Kaufman, you know, it was her, you know, just being aggressive and going after the ball that saved it that time.
Pirates are 5 of 7 from the charity stripe in tonight's contest. make the first to earn the second. Door still open. Down to 5 seconds. And Rees gets bumped. That's probably a smart move.
Right. Yeah, it's a good play. Force her to make some free throws here. And, you know, I've never been a person that likes to miss free throws purposely. 4.4 seconds to go.
You got a 6'2" Turinsky in there?
Yeah, you do.
Definitely, you got to make this first one, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Perkins.
Wow.
Looks like they are going to stun Bellevue
How
here
about it?
tonight. The SBC Lake Division champion only lost once during the regular season in the league, and it was to this team.
And I'm telling you, defensively, they were rock solid all night. And, you know, take away the 2 threes that Weiss hit early. And, you know, this game is, you know, you take 6 points off the board, that's a blowout in this game. But they have been rock solid. They stayed committed to their zone principles. They mixed in some full court pressure. You know, great job by Coach Oshowski, who has, you know, put together a really good game plan against. You can tell both of these teams are familiar with each other. Watching them play and seeing the 2 game plans, you can tell they know each other. And the Lady Pirates came out and said, you're not going to beat us inside. If you're going to win, you're going to have to knock down some shots. And Bellevue just wasn't able to tonight.
Just a couple of triples tonight for the Redmen. Perkins has only made 1.
Right.
But they've done just enough, and I think it's been more the miscues that have really cost the number 2 seed here tonight. They've been down in the turnover battle, 15-11 so far in this game, and they're on the verge here of being put to bed if a free throw can be knocked down here by Zaire. If not, still a small window.
There is a chance.
And still 2 timeouts for Coach Santoro. So if you get a rebound, maybe a quick TO, draw something up. You think you just play it? Well, we'll see.
I think you play it.
Not even going to get the chance.
Oh, well.
So, I mean, that's basically all that does it. If you're
Right.
Perkins, just back up.
Right.
The only thing that can happen now is they make a 3 and you foul.
And you foul.
The number 5 seed with the first-year head coach moving on to the district championship as they knock off Bellevue, the team that's basically owned this district for the better part of a half-decade, and they are done here in the semifinals with just 19 points. We'll step aside and be right back with our post-game coverage. It'll include stats analysis and an interview with our most valuable player. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you think it should be, and we'll have all that on the other side.
James One Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James One Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I bust soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my.
Tonight's high school basketball tournament game brought to you live and free thanks to the generous people at Bellevue Care Center, a local 5-star skilled nursing facility that offers long-term care and short-term rehabilitation with excellent results. Also, James 1 Inc. Effie, what do you guys do?
We offer quality professional development to your schools or businesses in North Central Ohio, all around the state. Basically, we offer professional development in the areas of cultural awareness and building team and school culture.
And also North Central State College, a big part of tonight's game. And at NC State, I graduated from there. They offer a great 2-year program for a lot of different areas of life. And Adam, tell them more about what you can get if you attend NC State. Yeah. All right. That's our sponsors for the night. And now let's get ready for our post-game show presented by Bellevue Healthcare Sabre Health. And here we go, Effie. 23-19, the final score. A little upset. Even though we saw Perkins get a win over Bellevue during the regular season, they do it again, and the number 2 seed is now done.
Yeah, and it's important. Tournament time is a time where you got to bring your game. It's not good enough to be the better team. You got to play the better game on any given night. And the Lady Pirates done a great job of that tonight.
Let's take a quick look at the final stats brought to you by Bellevue Care Center. And not a lot of scoring to go around, of course. When you look at a couple of three-pointers on one side, just one there for the Pirates. And the rebounding battle also won by Bellevue, too, but it was the giveaways. And there were a couple bad ones at the end of the game for the Lady Red that I think they cost them pretty dearly.
Right. It was those turnovers, and usually that many turnovers in a game that has more possessions doesn't matter. But with a game like this, where every possession matters, 15 turnovers is just way too many to overcome.
It definitely made the difference by the end of the night. And a young lady who was a big difference maker here for the Lady Pirates, she is going to be joining us right now as we are back with our player of the game presented by Bellevue Care Center. And Cameron Van Vlera, I thought you were awesome in the first half, and then in the second half things really tightened up and you made some clutch shots there at the end, at least with the free throws. Just give me some insight about what this game was like to play. It's a conference rival and very, very low scoring, 23-19. What was it like to be a part of out there in a grinded out type of game?
Playing Bellevue is always a very high intensity, high emotional game. It's always been that way ever since before I was in high school, it goes back quite a while. So there's always high emotions, but then adding on to tournament, it just multiplies everything. So I think being able to step up and lead and being with my team, it really helps.
Getting the lead early in the first quarter, they were on a goose egg until the last seconds of the first. How much confidence do you think that gave you girls that said, hey, not only are we here to play, but we can knock off these girls again?
Yeah, I think hitting key shots like that and starting out strong with high emotions and everything, it really helps us to carry it out throughout the game. And we knew we had to keep it out throughout the whole game. So we just kept it going throughout the whole game, stayed together, stayed up. It was a very fun game to play.
Yeah, you're a really gritty team. I liked a lot about what you brought defensively. You do a great job of not leaving your feet. You just wall up and you do a nice job of defending. Do you feel like if you played like you did today defensively, that you can pretty much beat anybody around the state?
I think not only playing defensively, but our defensive game also adds into our offensive game, just like our offensive game adds on our defensive game. So hitting a really big shot, it'll help us go into our defense and having a good play, like taking a charge or anything like that, and then taking it to our offense, it helps drive us into taking better shots in the offense. So I think having good plays like that are together and high emotional, it's very key to our game.
Well, congratulations. You got a first-year head coach, and you guys are moving on to a district championship. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing you again on Saturday. Before we let you go, you want to give a shout-out to anybody. If you do, go ahead, look at that camera, and spread some love to whoever you want.
I can thank my team?
Yeah, whoever you want.
Okay. I just wanted to thank my team. I love playing with them. They're probably my favorite team I've ever played with. I just love the chemistry, all the bonding that we have. I just love them so much.
All right, Cameron Van Vlera, 9 points tonight and an upset win as they take down Bellevue 23-19. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we've got a second game to get to here, and that's only 15 minutes away, so we better hop off here and end the live stream. That way we can get you ready for round 2, Norwalk versus Shelby. So that is going to be the team, the winner of that one, who's going to take on this Pirate squad. As you see Cameron there, she was the leading scorer, and in the final game for Dominic Wise, she had 8 points, almost half for Bellevue here tonight. Got to thank our generous sponsors, definitely Bellevue Care Center. They were awesome for us tonight, sponsored just about everything, along with North Central State College and James One Inc. Our crew here tonight, Jory Hollenbeck on the camera, Adam Thompson, our producer. I'm Brian Skowronski for Effie James. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the second game starting up in just about a couple minutes.